on the way to set, we'd play like, we had our all take turns.
We would play his music, and we'd all sit there with our ears like this.
They're not a fan of our music. No.
What music was it?
Mate, do you know what? Obviously, I'm a London boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm coming in with the London bangers. So I don't know how that sounds to American ears.
Well, thanks for two of the young stars of the long walk coming to stop by. So this one, really made a stir in Hall H. What kind of energy were you feeling? It's one of the first movies that I think they had to block out something, because it's too intense for the kind of all ages Hall H crowd. So, it definitely made an effect on people, right?
How about that, right? Francis Lawrence is such an incredible filmmaker, and he's made such a moving and poignant film that pulls no punches. The fans of the book will be honored with this footage. It's a gnarly book, and I think the movie does credit to that, while also making it filled with heart, and it means something. And yes, while it was intense, I think the fans will get a lot out of it when they see it in the theater.
Not many roles require you to walk in every scene, right? My God, what kind of, how were you guys tired? What are you doing to keep going?
Very tired. No, I don't think this has ever been done.
To my knowledge, you could put 50 boys on a walk. Yeah.
For real. And constantly on the move. It's very challenging in many ways, obviously physically, that's one, the most obvious, but then also the mental aspect as well. I think that for me was the hardest part, staying locked in mentally, keeping a track of everything, right? Because everything's moving and we want to tell the story with our bodies, with every breath, with every glance. Do you know what I mean? And that was very hard, and that took us leaning on each other, trusting each other's work, and just our great relationship that we have, which I feel like I'm so glad it's like this, because I couldn't imagine filming this movie with people that I didn't really get along with. But that happens sometimes, you know what I mean? But no, we were really blessed to have such great people.
What I will say, we had the joy of shooting chronologically, so that physical toll that we're experiencing as the actors on set, you see translated to screen, and at some points we're not acting. Those limps that you see, those are real limps because we got blisters. There was one day on set where this kid, oh God, I love him. He sat down, he says, oh, there's something in my shoe, and he pulls off his Converse, and his socks are just filled with blood. Like, it's true. Like it was a hard set to be part of, and I think that we're all trauma bonded by being part of this together. I think that translates to screen in a beautiful way.
So the chronological shooting, that also means okay, I'm going to say goodbye to this guy tomorrow or whatever. So that adds to it. You're shooting and okay, see you later, right? So
there was a really cool thing that the ADs would do for us on set, and whenever there was a death day, we called them, coming up, there would be a button for that boy, and we knew that there was a sense of pride that would come with that, and there were balloons in your trailer, and you'd wear the button, and that sense of camaraderie that we experienced on set only grew with those moments. And in some ways, without spoiling anything, I felt a sense of envy when some of these boys would get to walk home, because I knew that the next day we'd all be waking up again and watching the sunrise and hitting the road walking.
Yeah, a lot of this movie, people have noted, it almost kind of feels like the Outsiders, classic movie that young guys that are coming up in the industry. I imagine that on most movies, after you wrap, the day, you might go hang out. And on this one, are you just going back to the hotel because you're so exhausted, or did you actually hang out, or were you, I got to go home, I got to go rest, I got to go work, prepare?
Yeah, no, we found time. We used to go to, what was that place called? What was it? The ice cream place?
Dairy Queen.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Dairy Queen.
Shout out to Dairy Queen, for real. No, we used to go to Dairy Queen. We go to the bar, get some drinks. And that all came naturally again, because I feel like, you get these jobs, that you go on, and sometimes you're like, oh, I have to go out later on with these people. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, we gotta be real. Do you know what I mean? We're not gonna lie to you. Like, but with these guys, you're looking forward to it. It's like, when are we calling cut? When are we calling rap? Like, you know what I mean, what's going on? Like, we want to go to the bar. Do you know what I mean? And just chill. you know, and then also as well, on the way to set, you know, we'd play like, you know, we had our all take turns.
We would play his music, and we'd all sit there with our ears like this.
They're not a fan of our music. They're not a fan of our music, no.
What music was it?
Mate, do you know what? Obviously, I'm a London boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm coming in with the London bangers. So I don't know how that sounds to American ears. Do you know what I mean? But then I'd also listen to like country music as well. And I've never, do you know what I mean? I'm from North London. I've never heard country music in my life.
And I'm a Texas boy.
And he's a Texas boy. So it's like, it's beautiful. We listen and we'd have fun and we'd, you know, just you take turns on the Bluetooth. It was really nice, really nice.
And my God, how wholesome Dairy Queen. That's what
Let
you
me
guys
tell
were
you,
doing.
that Frosted Animal Cookie Blizzard hits different.
For real.
Do they have Dairy Queen in the UK?
Nope.
Okay.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Do they have
Dairy
ice cream in the UK?
Yeah, we got ice cream. We got ice cream, but nothing like Dairy Queen. I think I used to play. What was my order like? Oreo milkshake. Yeah. Or I always used to play it safe, but these lot went like extreme.
We went in.
For real.
You were pretty separated from Mark Hamill because to preserve the illusion, right? So you didn't really ever get to connect with him too much, I imagine.
Well, look, he's Mark Hamill, you know, and it's crazy for him to go from Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill in this infamous lore, and then walk on set, and then he becomes my coworker, Mark. But he's such a nice, kind, outgoing guy. But there was a sense of envy that I experienced, and maybe you did too, towards the end of production when we're all walking, and here comes Mark Hamill sitting in his Jeep playing the major, and he's not walking. And I'm sitting here with blisters on my feet, and I'm standing, I'm walking, and I just look at him during these takes, and I'm like, God, I wish I was in that Jeep. And I think that translates to screen. And I will tell you this much: that asphalt, I never thought asphalt would be so comfortable. And I would just sit down on the hot road and be like, God, this is what peace feels like.
These are amazing stories.
You can go for days.
The making of this movie, I hope there's a documentary or something. But to transition, we have got a lighter thing, Crypto over here from Superman.
What's up, Crypto?
And,
you did great in the new Superman movie, dude. I loved it.
And if you wouldn't mind picking a question, both of you, and
are these
Leanna?
questions from Crypto?
We can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is, what is the best comic book movie? I just say Superman.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
new
I
one?
mean-
Your favorite comic book movie, Superman.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Superman. Do you know what I mean? Grew up like you want to be able to fly. You want to be able to, you know, punch through walls and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, were you punching through walls?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I
You weren't
tried to.
Superman?
And I messed up my hand, but no, Superman.
What is my favorite Comic-Con memory? Great question. This is my first Comic-Con, first panel at Hall H. Really, really cool. But let me tell you this. Yesterday, we were sitting on that panel, and I looked out, and I could not even see the end of that room because there were so many people in there. And I looked to my left and to my right, and I saw some very talented men who I was so proud to be sitting on that stage with. And I looked at Tut, and I looked at David, and I said to the crowd, I said, you don't know his name yet, but my God will you. And it's true. And I got emotional in that moment because I truly believe that I'm sitting next to two very talented actors, both David and Tut. And I think that was my favorite moment from Comic-Con so far.
I want another one. Okay, let's do
Let's
it.
do another one. Wait, I want to get a question like that.
Yeah, you need a deep question,
I need
right?
a deep question.
Come on.
Superman.
Okay, give me a...
When was your first Comic-Con? I can't get... Right now, this is my first Comic-Con.
It's your first time in America, huh?
First time in America as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 Thanks for coming over for this.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
What's something that makes you Hulk out? Oh, I want to think of something quippy and funny so I can go viral on TikTok. But I'm coming up short. I don't like when people are stupid. I don't like that. I don't like it. Yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
Viral. There we go.
Viral.
Thank you.
Viral.
Okay.